Alan, you may want to unmute yourself.
Yeah, no, that's,
I've got to be able to click continue.
Great. Okay, good evening, everybody. It is November 22nd, 2021. This is our Town of Rhinebeck regular town board meeting. Would everybody please join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice.
for all.
Thank you very much. I guess we will go right into our resolutions. Before I do that, I'd like to notice a special town board meeting for tomorrow, Tuesday, November 23rd at 4:30 p.m. It will be my intention to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss the personnel history of a particular person and any other business that is necessary. Are all of you gentlemen available tomorrow at 4:30 p.m.? We must have everybody able to attend in order
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
unanimously, everybody is able to attend.
Yes.
We can waive the 48-hour meeting notice. And again, it is my intention to ask for an executive session for this meeting. Okay, thank you. Joni, you got that? Okay. I need a motion for resolution 2021-231 shelter contract with the Columbia Green Humane Society. May I
I'll
have,
make that motion.
thank you, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chauncey. Is there any discussion, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any against? It passes unanimously. Thank you. I need a motion for resolution 2021-232 for a contract with the County Sheriff's Services.
Motion.
Thank you, Josh. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ed. Is there any discussion or any questions?
Well, this is standard. They're just upping the rates a little bit, basically, right?
Yes.
Got it.
Any further discussion or any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. May I have a motion for resolution 2021-233 to amend the cemetery schedule to exclude Sunday burials?
Make a motion.
Thank you, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Josh.
Supervisor, am I allowed to comment?
I was just
Yes.
getting it to the floor. Of course you are.
Good evening, Town Board. I appreciate the few moments you give me to express my feelings about this motion that you're going to vote on. Since moving to Dutchess County in 2005, this is actually the first time that I'm commenting in Town of Rhinebeck hearing. So it just shows you how important this specific issue is. I understand that the town is trying to save cost in the management of the cemetery, and therefore they're considering voting to not allow burial on Sunday. The problem is that according to Jewish law, one does everything they can in order to make sure burial takes place at the earliest convenience. Since we do not bury on Saturday, if someone passes away on Friday or on Saturday, they therefore cannot use the town cemetery on Sunday, we're waiting more than 70, can be as much as 72 hours until someone is actually buried, which goes against the tenements of Judaism. And therefore, I'm asking the town board to vote no on the resolution. I'm sure there are other solutions or suggestions that can be made in order to help the town cover some of the costs, even if it is that any funerals that want to take place in overtime have a certain extra fee. I'm sure the families would understand, but to not be allowed to bury their loved one as soon as possible, according to the tenements of Judaism, is, my opinion, not acceptable. And therefore, I request that you vote no on the resolution. Thank you for
Rabbi.
letting me speak,
Thank you for coming.
and
Any
I
other
wish you a happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays.
for your family as well? Any other comments or questions? Any discussion from the town board?
I would like to know why we can't, if you need to close one day on the weekend, why not close on Saturday?
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, this is Joe Gale. Every Jewish funeral that I've been to is on a Sunday. And even if it's not an Orthodox funeral, people can come on Sunday, so it gets held over to a Sunday. And people can like to attend the funeral and not miss work. So I think it's really very important that you come up with a different solution.
Thank you. Any further discussion or questions?
Have we touched upon all of the reasons for wanting to do this?
We are a non-sectarian, non-religious municipal burial ground.
But I think it is sectarian to do it on Sunday rather than Saturday.
Everyone in our town has a Saturday to Friday work week. So this would be a different labor practice than every other resident. Gina, did you want to add anything? Gina is here representing the cemetery committee. This is on the, this resolution was brought forth by our cemetery administrator, Suzanne Kelly, and by the cemetery committee. This is their recommendation. Gina, go ahead.
I have nothing to add except that that is our recommendation. We don't think it's fair. We're trying to set a new policy in place for the next person after Gary's retirement, that they're not on call 7 days a week. I don't think it's fair to have any employee on call 7 days a week. We, for the last year, have not had a burial on Sunday.
Wait,
And-
for more than the last year,
Couple of years.
several years.
yeah, that's true.
Nor have we had a burial within 24 hours of death.
Well, we have had recently 2 burials within 24 hours of death, but they have not been on a Sunday. And so I just think that we need to keep in line with the cemetery committee. I'm speaking for the cemetery committee, not my own personal self, but we feel like we need to be in alignment with the town employees.
Thank you. Any further discussion or questions?
Well, if I
Josh, you-
could say one other thing.
No, hold on, Joe, please. Chauncey, did you have something?
Josh wanted to speak, I think.
Thank
I
you.
was just thinking, isn't there special dispensation for instances where for when they come up, which they haven't come up in the last 2 or 3 years, that we can accommodate with proper notice?
Again, we're a non-religious, non-sectarian burial ground, municipal burial ground. We're a government, there's separation of church and state here.
I don't agree with your assessment. I think you're basically going with the Christian Sabbath rather than the Jewish Sabbath. So-
Okay. We're actually following labor, why do we give people Saturday and Sunday off
Right.
and not Sunday and Monday or other days? This is a labor also protocol.
Right, so why not close on Saturday and Sunday?
5-day week.
I don't think that's the recommendation, but if you want to look into that with the cemetery committee, that's great. I'd be
Okay, so I move that we modify this to change the date to Saturday rather than Sunday.
Does anybody second that?
I don't second it, but I'm going to add a motion that we put this over till our next meeting. There's no need to rush through this on 10 minutes of thought and a few comments.
Second.
Okay, this will be
Mhm.
tabled then.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, Gina. You can stick around. I would encourage all the town board members to speak with the cemetery committee and Suzanne Kelly. And if you want to put forward another
Fair enough.
another proposal to close 2 days a week.
Could I just say this? We have way more burials on Saturday than we have ever had on Sundays.
So you're gonna be losing those. So what you're saying, we'll be losing
Yeah,
all
so we'll
that.
be losing a day when people don't work, when they can come.
Oh,
Maybe,
it-
maybe
what
that's,
happens- What happens is now Orthodox Jews won't buy plots in our cemetery because they've been discriminated against.
Alan,
That's not true,
I
Alan.
disagree with discrimination. This is separation of church and state.
No, it isn't.
If I may say something, Elizabeth, you know, the argument that there's very few burials, then there's no reason to put this into effect. And it is, you know, Jews have bought plots there. So now you're changing it, the rules. Are you going to give money back to people who have purchased plots?
Well, I think the purchase price of the plot is for the plot, not for the burial.
No one wants to
listen,
get
I'm-
money back. No one wants
Yeah,
to
but
get
the assumption
money
has been
equation.
that they could get buried.
Listen,
on
we
Sunday.
have tabled this. We are moving on. I encourage the board to work with the cemetery committee to come up with another proposal. I have
Right.
nothing in this race. I am merely listening to the recommendation of our administrator and the cemetery committee. Do whatever you know, put as much effort into this as you like. Any reasonable, no one wants to hurt anybody. Any reasonable proposition will be followed. We need someone who has a 5-day work week. And that's what our employees are looking for. To me, this is a labor issue. I believe in supporting labor. I believe people are entitled to 2 days in a row off without being on call. So this is tabled. Next resolution, I'd like a motion for resolution 2021-234 to hire a temporary highway department laborer.
Make a motion.
Thank you. Ed, may I have a second?
Second,
That's Josh.
yeah.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or any questions?
I have a question. It's a part-time temporary laborer. Is $50 an hour the going rate?
Well, this is what I wanted to bring up. I think we have to kick this back to our highway superintendent because I think that there are provisions in our collective bargaining agreement that I think we can only pay 50% more than the going rate. So that was going to be my comment, that I wasn't sure that this was allowed within our collective bargaining agreement.
Makes sense.
I would, since we don't have another town, oh, we have one tomorrow. So I'll call Bob and get this on the, what if we don't have one tomorrow? What if it's canceled?
Is this is immediate?
I
Well,
don't
he
know.
started working, hasn't he?
No,
Yes.
he had started working as a mason. Let's, give me a second to read the resolution again and see if we can amend it with some room here.
We could amend it to say at $50 an hour.
Resolved that the town board
It's
authorizes,
it's
may I finish? Authorizes the hire of a temporary laborer.
it's 80 hours. I think it's actually defined.
It doesn't matter. It's the hourly rate we're talking about. A temporary laborer at the maximum rate allowed by the collective bargaining agreement, the
$50.
maximum hourly rate.
Or $50, whichever is lower.
Right.
So we're amending this to say resolved that the town board authorizes the hire of a temporary laborer at the maximum hourly rate allowed by the collective bargaining agreement or $50 an hour, whichever
Lower.
is lower.
You want to add the not to exceed 80 hours clause?
Well, I'm only amending,
That's already in there.
yes, I'm only
Oh, I see,
amending,
you're amending one of the whereas clauses.
no, I'm-
The rate,
I-
not the
no,
frequency.
I'm amending the resolve to say that the town board authorizes the hire of a temporary laborer at the maximum hourly rate allowed by the collective bargaining agreement or $50 an hour, whichever is lower, not to exceed 80 hours between November 4th and December 31st. And I am going to leave his name in there to hire Jamie Link
Yes.
at the, because this may be not for HMEO or this may be outside the collective bargaining agreement. So I do want to, so I know that Jamie has been doing mason work for us. He just finished the renovation. Well, let's get this on the table. I amended the resolution. May I have a motion for the amendment?
Motion.
Thank you. May I have a second for the amendment? All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Aye, passes unanimously. I'll just say that he has been doing masonry work for the town. He just finished Miller Bridge in less time and a fraction of the money that was quoted to us by other masonry contracts. He's a very skilled mason. He
100%.
just fixed the town hall steps this
Yep.
weekend. So this may be outside the collective bargaining agreement. In which case I think we need to amend this further to say,
Second amendment?
if it's outside the collective bargaining agreement, I still think we're covered, because if it's not a collective bargaining rate, we can hire him for $50. Or should we make this, sorry, more tighter?
I think we need to. The rate needs to be confirmed.
I think we have to give this one more stab, because I think this might be outside the scope of the collective bargaining agreement. That's why I'm, because
You could just add another clause that says, or if the position's outside the scope of that bargaining agreement, then it's $50.
thank you. I'm just writing it down. May I have a second to Alan's motion for the second revision?
Second.
Thank you, Josh. Okay, all in favor of the motion on the table?
I
Aye, passes unanimously, and I'll clarify it with Bob. I'm just making a note.
think we just voted on the amendment. Now we got to vote on the motion.
Yeah.
There's an open motion on the table that was motioned by Ed and seconded by Josh. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. I'll make a motion for resolution 2021-235, amending the cell phone policy reimbursement. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks. We are lowering the amount of personal cell phone reimbursements because we're only paying what the town pays on a contract, and that number's going down. Any further discussion or questions?
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. May I have a motion for resolution 2021-236 to accept acceptance of street tree removal from Days Tree Service?
Motion.
Thank you, Chauncey. I'll make a second. And I just want to say that Dave's Tree Service is doing this gratis in appreciation for what he sees as very excellent service from the town. in getting his zoning and building permits and in support of us. And I think that's very generous. He's been very generous to us. So thank you, Dave, and Dave's tree service.
Elizabeth, was this run by maintenance? Because I didn't know anything about this at all.
I don't know.
No, I think there was talk of this 2 meetings ago or 1 meeting ago where.
Yes, we brought this up. Did you miss a meeting recently, Ed? We had a
Maybe.
schematic and a proposal from the village board and Meg that, yes, we voted on this. Thanks, Josh. It was at the last meeting.
All right.
Any further questions? Ed, we have 2 dead trees that need to come down, and that's according to Meg and Dick. All right, all in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. I need a motion for resolution 2021-237 to cancel the town board meeting of December 27th, 2021.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. This is because there's just not enough time between the 2 holidays for the clerk's office to do this, and we can survive 2.5 weeks until the next meeting. Any further discussion or comments or questions? Josh?
No, I'm sorry, I was voting. So
All in favor? Aye.
I got all excited, so.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. I would like to make a motion for resolution 2021-238 for support of the Hudson 7 Drinking Water Council to hire a coordinator. May I have a second? Thank you, Chauncey. I would like to make an amendment to the motion in front of us. It is the 5th whereas. I would like to amend that to say, whereas each member of the Hudson 7 is contributing annually to fund the position, and may I have a second on the motion to amend?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of amending the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Any against? The amendment passes unanimously. The reasons it's changed is because the city of Poughkeepsie, the town of Poughkeepsie, and the town of Hyde Park are contributing $5,000. The smaller towns like us and the village of Rhinebeck and Lloyd and Port Ewan are paying $2,500 a year towards this. The bulk of the funding is coming from the county of Dutchess and the county of Ulster, and the details are to be worked out by our attorney, who will be writing the IMA for the 9 municipalities, and we are going to be reimbursed for all of our costs in writing the IMA. Is there any further discussion or questions? Alan, was that a premature vote or question?
What is it with these guys?
Like everybody's rushing to get to an
Getting late.
executive session or
Oh.
something. I don't know.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. I need a motion for resolution 2021-239 for the natural burial ground land survey.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Alan. Is there any discussion or any?
I have both a question and a comment. Question first, where is the natural burial ground? I look at the survey and,
So
can't
if you go down Mill Road and,
no, I mean on the survey,
oh,
on the survey.
well, it's right there. It's marked out.
Well, I
See it?
see
See it right there?
various boundaries, but is it the crosshatch, the speckled, or the white?
The little squares are the plots for the burial ground.
In other words, I would call it a crosshatch. That's the natural burial ground?
Hold
Yeah.
on, you see this?
Yeah,
This
I'm
is the
looking at it.
natural, this is the
That's the
natural
natural.
burial. Please,
Oh,
thank you.
one at a time. This is the setback. And that's the little road that goes in there with the gate.
Got it.
I guess it's cross hatching.
Oh,
Yes,
it shows the sites.
Whatever it is, not really crosshatching. It's checkerboard, I guess.
I think those are the plots.
Yes.
Okay. The comment, and our surveyor will presumably attend to this, but while I was practicing law, I had any number of instances in which it was very difficult to locate a boundary because a marker had disappeared, it was so deteriorated, whatever the problem is, we just want to be sure we get markers that will last essentially forever.
I think,
And that we'll be able to find them.
I think that's a challenge, and that's why I like to, work with the cemetery committee, and Gary will be retiring. Yeah, I agree. It's a big job. Any further comment or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes unanimously. Thank you. I need a motion for resolution 2021-240 to approve the 2022 Highway Department material bids.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alan. Any discussion, any comments?
I have a question. Are the no bid items because we have enough material in inventory, or is there some other reason?
They're off state or county, county bids.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth, I didn't.
We don't need a bid for them. They're off state.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
we go off state or county contract. Is that your understanding, Joe? Who's the liaison? Is that your understanding?
That is, yeah.
Thank you.
It's a pass through.
Well, the state and the county have done the work and going to bid for us, and we piggyback on their bids. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? So moved. I need a motion for resolution 2021-241 to replace windows in the furnace room.
Motion.
Thank you, Chauncey.
moved.
I have a
Yeah.
second.
Second.
Thank you, Alan. Is there any discussion or any question?
Yeah, I have a question. This is also in the purview of maintenance. Was this on the last meeting too that I missed? Must be.
I don't know. This was brought forward by Shelley and Joan. I think that they did the bid with Hobson's.
Okay.
They're on a hot tear to get things finished this year for us.
Just Bob?
I think they worked with Bobby on it.
Okay.
They're better than us.
They know what they're doing. Any,
I have an error to point out. It's the furnace room, but the estimate in the description of the location refers to the courtroom. Just want to be sure they know where they're going to be working.
Joni, are you there? Can you hear this?
Here, I did not read the estimate. It came into Shelley. I'm sure that it's just an error and we'll ask them to
Sure.
correct it.
Well,
Yeah.
wait,
Wait.
there were two things that went out to bid. One was replacing the window that we never replaced in the big room, and the other were the windows downstairs. So there is a discrepancy here.
That is correct.
I would like to amend this motion to reflect the bid, or we can table it until our next meeting.
I mean, no, the basic intent is windows below ground, right?
No, one window is in the
Oh.
big room that's
Big
above the doorway. But we never got that repaired when we did all of the window repair. And the other bid was for the two windows in the downstairs. So
This is obviously for the big room, not the downstairs room.
Just the one window is.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know.
It says the job location, southeast side of auditorium / courtroom. That's
See, I didn't write this.
exactly where the door.
That's outside.
I'm telling you that what windows have to be replaced, and there's a discrepancy, so I think we should table this. Joan, unless you have another suggestion.
I think you should table it too.
Thank you. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It'll give Steve Hobson some time, so that's good.
I'd like to make a motion for resolution 2021-242 for our preliminary accounts payable abstracts. May I have a second?
It's 2243.
No, it's 2242. The capital abstracts is 243.
Okay, fine. The next jump's at 2043. Okay.
They're out of order in
They're out
the,
of order then. Okay.
Well, then I'm the jerk.
No, you're right. It's out of order.
Mine isn't, like, maybe I have I don't know.
the one on the town website is out of order.
I picked up my packet in town hall today
Oh,
because I was working there all day.
And
I didn't
three,
leave my house today.
I know those days. Anyway, back to
Back to
item
that.
12, resolution 2021-242, preliminary accounts payable abstracts. I
okay.
made a motion. May I have a second?
second.
Thank you, Ed. Any discussion other than the incorrect numbering?
Somebody's been drinking.
Not yet. Who? Joan's
Now
been
you
there
know
since
that.
8 in the morning. I know she hasn't been tippling. I was there until 5:45.
All right, well, let's vote.
Of the resolutions,
79964.
somebody's drinking. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't even think it's funny because
All right, I'm sorry.
as you know, the town clerk's office has been under a lot of stress.
Oh, I wasn't picking on you.
79964 is the amount, correct?
Correct. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 13, resolution 2021-243 for our capital projects abstract. I will make a motion. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alan. Is there any discussion or any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Before we go on to any other items, I would like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss the employment history and compensation of a particular individual. May I have a second?
Second.
Let me just,
Alan, can you get us from that room?
We'll be back, everybody.
How long do you think you'll be?
About 4 hours.
You know, when it's over.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Okay. How long do you really think you'll be?
25 minutes,
Okay.
15 to
we could
20
just-
minutes,
Absolutely.
Okay.
or maybe 10.
That's not something I want to hear.
Do we need Joan to
Okay,
get us
thank
into
you.
the,
No, I don't get, Alan does that.
okay, okay.
Joan, you can stay as the clerk. I mean,
All good.
She's good. She
Let's get
doesn't need the angst.
Let me
Alan.
ask, do you think that you're going to take action when you come out?
I think we are going to not take a public action. I think we will have to speak to our labor attorney.
All right, because I mean, I mean, I know Joe Gelb is still on, but I'm more than happy. If you don't think you're going to take action when you come out, I'm more than happy to just, to
Bill,
leave.
I'm telling you that I think the only action we may take is to direct our labor attorney. Does the
Yeah.
town board agree with me?
Yes.
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine. I'll, just give me a call if anything happens and,
do you need me to call you if anything doesn't happen?
why don't you?
100%.
All
Bye, Bill.
right,
for
thanks.
coming.
Bye. I'm out. I hope.
all right, so now we're gonna.
I think we're missing Chauncey, but we have a quorum here, so I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second,
Got it.
third, fourth.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.